Presenting my paper on socio-moral discipline in the Vedic life, impact now. This is the title of the paper which I proposed. And now I start reading, and now and then, if at all necessary, I give my explanation. Yadihasti tadanyatra yannehasti nasti kinchana. What is here elsewhere, what is not here nowhere. Veda is Shruti. There are Apaurishayas. All mantras have Seer, Chandas and Devata. It is, in a sense, there is the intervention of knowledge, presentation mode, and the guiding power to effect the intended discipline. Only because of the discipline prominent in Vedic life, the times are subsisting happiness and life force operative. Moreover, it is said that the Vedas are infinite number, Anantavai Vedaha. Though we have a set 4 Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvaveda, but Veda, when it is a knowledge, it is immense. Therefore, we do notice a good behavior that is lucrative to the social order and moral stamina among people for generations together. Although deviations did occur, but they got attended and quelled and removed. Deities and other elevated characters that figure in the various mantras have qualities, functions, identifications, mahat, and all that in order to show the impact on the lives of desired people. So, the study of Veda mantras remain open to get scope to variety of knowledge and also the mode of behavior and good character and conduct. The respective faculty members belonging to different specializations anytime are able to find some extra light relevant to their respective subjects. They connect to give extra light in the moral and social behavior, and also the impact of them would extend to the eternity. The truth is Veda Vedo Akhilo Dharma Moolam. That is, it has got the foundation of all Veda mantras remain strong upon Dharma, and that can be substantiated very much. Moreover, the Vedas also relate to the Lokacharitam, the journey of life belonging to the 3 gunas, Sattva, Rajaha and Tamas. It is evident that there is a great deal of information and many suggestions for the purpose of better behavior and conduct in the contemporary life that one lives at any given generation of time. It means that Veda mantras, which number to more than 15,000, they're all available and they are eternal and they possess validity for prosperity of human life and also pray for the betterment of animal life and the life of all beings in the creation. And it has opened scope for improvement and for excellence because human beings need correction of behavior because their mind is important, but that will not be stable, that will not be standardized, but effort must be done, instruction should be given that the mind is kept under control and to a good behavior and prosperity. And this is being done in the mantras which have rich mythological data, language, diction, erudition, and also instructions connected to the social being on one hand and also spiritual insights. In fact, human society is the replica of the mythic society. Is a replica of the mythic society, And so the Vedic seers, male and female, lived a disciplined life, and hence the same is made reflected in the mantras and explanations recorded for the benefit of humanity, and they are valid even for a long posterity. The interpretation of the mantras is most important tool to make them convenient for our purpose. Moreover, the vocabulary in the Veda mantras is so tenable that they are open for different interpretations, because the meaning of the mantras is never certain, because it is open and depend upon the faculty, vyutpatti, need, and also the scholarship and Daivanugraha. And if not the background, Vedic background, society of people would be empty, gripped by more chaos and confusion.
Sir,
In
sorry
our
to disturb
content,
you. Sir, you are hiding behind the paper.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. For in the
Can you
temple
start?
culture,
Can you start 1 minute back?
okay, the Vedic society looks to be highly principled and committed to long and peaceful life here and hereafter. The Vedic seers, male and female, lived a disciplined life, and hence the same is made reflected in the mantras and explanations recorded for the benefit of humanity. They are valid even today, and they still remain valid for long posterity to come. If not the Vedic background containing socio-moral discipline instructions, the society would of people would be empty, gripped by more chaos and confusion. In our contemporary life, its impact is growing. For example, the temple culture, it is growing in at all nations. It has become a seat of socio-religio spiritual center. There is a lot of developmental activities nowadays. Old temples are renovated and new temples are coming up. Priests are being recruited all over the globe, and the religious programs are being conducted. And so as a result, a large number of people are getting to know the value of Veda mantras, and people are starting now to learn the Veda mantras more so the Namakam, Chamakam, etc., such very popular, influential suktas and sections of our Vedas. And the plea that Yaskacharya had made, that it is necessary that one should know the meaning of the Vedas or Veda mantras, with which they are trying to get connected. That's why, if supposing they don't know the meaning, he says they are just like the pillar holding the or bearing the weight of the block. So, sthanurayam bharaharaha yo aditya vedam na janati artham. Therefore, the meaning is important. The most popular suktas of Veda are in recitation and employment in various centers in and outside the country. A moral, ridden life in practice would be a healthy sign of happiness. A few are being explained in discourses. Interested body of crowd is participating and getting the benefit. Now, to help the need, we can derive the norms from mantras for simple living and a disciplined behavior, that life should not be a stress-ridden, directionless. The electronic media these days have grown extensively, very much important, playing an important influence. People are anxious to get on to the Vedic wisdom, suiting to their level and requirements. Worldwide scope is available, transcending the barriers of restrictions and secrecy, which has been popular in our ancient or earlier days, because now no more Veda mantras are secret, because they are looked upon with academic interest, especially when the foreigners, the Westerners and others have contacted and started looking at the Vedic mantras with a research mind. The wealth of Veda mantras, the communication therein have become very much useful, and people are drawn to that, and their behavior is also better. And just to mention specifically, what could be the suktas which would be of importance for our present aspect of learning or improving our knowledge on the social, moral behavior and instructions regarding it. Though not we have text later on in classical Sanskrit imparting the knowledge, but our Veda mantras have got the source so much. And in that instance, I just like to mention the Subhagya Sukta, Ayusha Sukta, Agni Sukta, Manu Sukta of the Rig Veda, and also the Rudradhyaya, Namakam, Chamakam, Purush Suktam, and all these things. They do not only give us the necessary magical or influential or beneficial results, but at the same time, they direct our life. They give us upayas, how best we can make ourselves happy and comfortable upon this globe. And also, we should require gurus to explain the communication and instruction that is underlying the suktas, so that that would be easy for us to practice. Actually, when we read the suktas, for a general interested person, they only remain as sounds. But actually, sound has got a lot of communication to make. After all, Vedas are only sounds. That's why Veda Nada, Veda Ghosha, Veda Ucharana, and all that we come across that. The mantras refer to the three gunas, but still lend hope that one should transcend these three gunas. Though Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha, Nistraigunnyo Bhavarjuna, when he says Nistraigunnyo Bhavarjuna, means though you are transacting and coming to know all about the three gunas, but you have to rise high them so that you will be eligible for emancipation. And to grow high also, there are methods and instructions which have been given in our Vedas. Therefore, the Vedas have got Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda, and also this Jnana Kanda gives us the necessary fillip for our quest that our human life can be made really fruitful. And also, in general, people are born with religious mind and a sense of compassion, but circumstances favor them to hold on to that nature. But otherwise, ignorance is there, negligence is there, indifference is there for our scriptures. Therefore, they have some problems. They have got, it is a great teacher like Lord Krishna or our various thousands and thousands of Maharshis. They always infuse the Swabhava in us that we will be able to get attracted. For example, you can talk about the Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, where Arjuna lost his nature of being a good Kshatriya, and he was overpowered by the sentiments that he refused to war. But a great Acharya like Krishna screwed up his courage and tried to rebrush his behavior and nature and made him to be a great soldier. Sukshatriya Partha Labhante Yuddhamidrusyam. And again, we should know that all Vedic mantras are vibrant energies. They yield different benefits and also add for the different aspirations. So interpretation of Vedic vocabulary and content accordingly would be very much lucrative. For example, I want to talk a few words from Bhagya Sukta, which is a sukta or prayer for fortune acquiring. So the Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi Prapti, it is found in the Taittiriya Brahmana 289 and also in Rigveda. And there, the aim of our human life has been given as Bhagavantasyama. So we have to be Bhagavans in the sense that we should be able to manage things by ourselves and also seek the Guru's counsel so that our life will be a complete fulfillment. See, the term Bhagavan can be employed to describe the mortals and immortals as we see in experience. In the opening passage itself, there are some 9 deities, beginning from Agni and Indra and other deities, to whom we offer salutation and they should bless us. Actually, this Bhagya Sukta is recited right in the morning whenever we open our temple gates or our house doors or some such kind of prosperous activity we recite. For example, a priest is advised to recite Bhagya Sukta when he opens the temple doors. So, moreover, the Kshatriya is also will be protected. When Brahma and Kshatriya, the priesthood and royalty go together, there will be absolute happiness. That's why in the Yajurveda we find tam punyam lokam prajnesham yatra brahma cha kshatram cha samyanchau charatas sada tam punyam lokam prajnesham. When there is priesthood and royalty go hand in hand supporting, there is absolutely punya loka there. And the evil forces shall not touch the children, and they will, because of the prayers. So we have also references where we have prayers to them that they should allow the children to become senior citizens with all prosperity and happiness. And Vishnu is one important god. He is described as Antimo Devaha. So we make appeals to him that he has to bestow on people good fortune, good health, and the good vigor and prosperity. And the mantras of Veda could be source for our etiquette, social behavior, moralistic strength, and moral integrity, and also to have a successful journey in the spiritual path of life, because man is composed of body, mind, and spirit. People are always buried in looking to their body and sometimes to mind, and they get lost. They complete their life. But spirit also is there. When you grow more and more Vedantic, Veda and Vedanta, they go hand in hand. That's why the Veda is telling you the Karma Kanda, actual gymnasium, physical work. Only that physical work will give you health and also improve your mental stabilities and growth. And therefore, recitation of mantras is an expertise and interpretation of them is scholarship. So we should have expertise and scholarship clubbed together to be comfortable with our Veda mantra rasi. However, the mantras stand unique source sustaining life principles, integrity in personality development and management and all that. Therefore, ultimately, as we declare Shiva, Deva, Shiva as Deva, Mahadeva, and Vishnu as Mahavishnu, Agni as Mahaagni, and Lakshmi as Mahalakshmi, and Kali as Mahakali, Saraswati as Mahakali. We should also get that kind of attribute in a kumbhed manner, that we all should be declared as Maha, something like that we say Bharat Mahan, Mahan Bharat. Only for Bharat Desha we have got the Maha Shabda being given, because it is a Chakravarti Kshetra, it is a Rushi Kshetra, it is a Mahanadi Kshetra, and so on, and Maharanya Kshetra, and so on. So all this knowledge has come up in the forests only, not in cities like now we are seeing. So because the culture, dignity, importance, everything has come up from the isolated places, far from the madding crowd. What has literature grown far from madding crowd, that literature has been brought into the crowd in order to check the behavior and boost the moralistic behavior and attraction to the religious conduct, so that they will be all having the Saumanaskata, Subhadrata, Bhadram, Swasti, and Shanti. So with these words, I think I can conclude my talk. Thanks very much